Okay, so some of you are coming out of a connection that carried some financial stipulations. For some, this connection acted as a nexus, for the karmic partnerships that you both were once acclimated to, whether it be through a friendship, co-worker, relationships, friends with benefits, business with pleasure. The stability of the relationship always seemed to be contingent upon uh, some type of transaction. I feel like you both could struggle with transactional patterns due to fear of abandonment issues or fear of behavioral regulation issues being exposed. There is a polarity that you all bring out in one another or recognize in one another. Say, for instance, you are used to being coerced financially in relationship dynamics in order to appease to someone's ego or sense of control. And this person on the other end of the spectrum is sort of accustomed to enforcing financial stipulations in order to be brought some illusion of control within a relationship dynamic. And I feel like it's a reflection of the lack of power or validation that he's getting in his immediate relationships. I said he, but this could be applicable to people of all gender. I'm even seeing an imbalanced scale here. Like one person has a tendency to be overstimulated and the other is not stimulated enough. I could be talking to someone who has borderline personality disorder, or the person you have dealt with could have the same diagnosis as well. And transaction stuck out the most. Like immediately, I thought of Julia Roberts and Richard Gere in Pretty Woman. So I feel like I'm talking to someone who's a sex worker or a call boy, call girl, and you're transitioning out of a connection with a client where you may have seemed to overstep your own boundaries. I'm not getting a sense of coercion or abuse or anything of that particular nature. I think this is just one of those things where you may have gotten a little bit too emotionally involved with this person. Because to my understanding, this person brought up a lot of deeply rooted uh, insecurities up to the forefront that may have been deeply embedded in your psyche. Not only did they do that, but they were the impetus for your healing as well. I'm sensing there's like a strong Chiron and Venus conjunction synastry between you two, where in the space where you expect the most harm, dissatisfaction, or disappointment, this person provides a comfort, validation, and a sense of support. Then, of course, you guys are brought back to the complexities of your reality. Okay, like you are accustomed to dealing with a clientele who already have obligations. Um, they could obviously be in a committed relationship, have a highly politicized and publicized career, or be tied to an organization, a spiritual practice, religion. And that point of transaction is just enough to recognize the falsehood of security, the faulty foundations that were never stable enough to begin with. You always having to really fight how emotionally sensitive and empathic you are to even be considered for this line of work, which I'm not getting. You are doing it from a place of trauma or survival. I feel like this is a career choice that just became, I mean, that's it, freedom of choice for you. It's not to say that it's stripping away any traumatizing experiences you've had in this line of work, which we're going to get to in a second. Get to it in a second because I keep hearing the song Burning Down the House by Talking Heads, which is great. I'm a huge Talking Heads fan. And I feel like for this person, you politically radicalized them in so many different ways. Your background, your education, how exceptionally high your emotional quotient is. You have an intelligence so remarkable that it exceeds the people that this person works with. in the everyday mundane. I mean, coworkers, mentors, employers, etc. And I feel as if you all have created a space for one another enough to be loud, I want to say reciprocal, and sharing ideas and vocalizing inspiration. You seem to make as a good fodder for developing leadership skills within his field. I feel like this person is a practitioner, he's a mentor to a younger demographic. He's looked up to within his organization or his community. I'm also getting that he's a hedge investor. Maybe even has like some noticeable contributions in the stock market to the health industry. But burning down the house, it's very, very significant. I feel like not only are you radicalizing him, but you are being radicalized by the experience as well, or had been radicalized by the experience. Like, say, for instance, this person could be going back to their immediate life to rebuild a foundation that they could have sworn, was strong and stable at some point. And that could be, with their family, with their significant other. As this person is going to rebuild the foundation, you are considering removing yourself from this job field completely and transition into a more a space that will allow you to advocate for other sex workers. And you might even surprise yourself in a way that you contribute. You might want to be a mentor. You might want to start a nonprofit that opens up safe houses. Yeah. I'm getting that because I'm hearing the song Cheap Hotel by FK Twigs, which is funny because I had a conversation about the song and the video in and out of itself just because of how political it is. It's a political statement of what a marginalized community is willing to do for the sake of building rapport with one another, for the sake of safetyness, for the sake of seeing another day, regardless of what the harbinger of the economy may bring. But this exchange, this connection was meant to project you into a role of leadership and pursuing your autonomy in a completely different way, a larger way than you would have ever expected. So, yeah, please like, share, comment, save, interact, and be safe out there.